Hey gang, let's talk a little bit about running volume. First and foremost, who the video is for and who this video is not for. This video is for anybody who wants to run better and run longer, whether that is distance-based or time-based. If you're looking for a metric here, I would say anyone who is doing an 8K or above, racing, training for those events, wants to race at those distances, then yeah, you probably need an extra long run in your program in addition to classes at the gym. Now, this is also going to be in addition to your track workouts, which we prioritize first because we prioritize speed over volume. But if you've got those things dialed in and you're ready for the next step, then it's adding one long run a week. And then the question becomes, how do I increase my distance over time? And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Now, this video is not for anyone who is not running an 8K or longer distance. If you're perfectly content with the fitness you currently have and you have no ambition or desire to run anything longer than a 5K, then just keep coming to the gym, and we're already running plenty enough for those events. So let's get into it. This is how I this is my systematic approach to adding distance over time. It starts with going out and just setting a baseline. Okay, how far can you run at a relatively brisk pace? Maybe not a full-on race pace or tempo run, but certainly quicker and brisker than a zone 2. I'm actually not even really regulating my heart rate when I'm running. I'm just going based off feeling. Okay, and that is just way easier for everyone to manage. It's a universal language. How do I feel? I feel like this is as hard as I can go and not like have to stop. Okay, and this is as far as I can go before I have to stop. So based off feeling alone, what is that? So on my first time out, it's an out and back course, set a landmark, hit it and come back. At the end of the day, how far did I run? How long did it take me? And what was my average heart rate? Very simple things to monitor. That becomes my baseline. And from here, we have very simple goals. Goal number 1 is, can I run this again faster at relatively the same heart rate? And or insert goal number 2, can I run this at about the same pace, but with a significantly lower heart rate? So I'm either improving my running speed over a certain distance without spending more energy doing so, or I'm running that same distance at the same pace, but I'm being way more efficient at how I use my calories and how I burn energy. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. So first week out, 1 week later, I went out and did the same exact run again, and I got slower and my heart rate went up. There's a couple things that could have happened here. My body could have still been not acclimated to that run, or it hadn't been running at all. So boom, that was still in recovery. My body may have not fully adapted to or recovered from the workouts that were done in the gym that week. Maybe I slept like crap. Maybe I didn't eat enough the morning of. A lot of things could have happened there. But one thing is clear, I am in no position to add more distance to my running because I'm actually getting worse at running long distance, just based off the numbers. So we go in and we run again. Next week, we go out. We hit that same exact distance, out and back, turn around. Well, I got a little bit faster than last week, but still not as fast as the first time I ran it. So we're using the baseline numbers, not the previous week's numbers. So a little better than last week, but still not where I want to be. And this is even worse. My heart rate went up again. So I am still in no position to add more volume because I'm not even good at this yet. We shouldn't add more of something until we've really mastered the thing that we're currently at. So I went out. I think I took a few weeks off after this one, 2 or 3 weeks doing other things, and then came back and revisited the run. Same exact distance. And guess what? Fastest time finish. Okay, not even faster than the week previous attempt, but faster than the baseline. And at relatively the same heart rate as baseline. It was only off by 1 beat. So if I can get 20 seconds faster and only get 1 beat higher, in addition to all the other training that we're doing, that's a win. That's pretty awesome. So now I'm ready to add distance, and that will put me into run number 2. Okay, so this one just started about a week ago. I'm going to add about 10 to 20% of distance. Now, this is going to be different for everyone, based off your current level of fitness and your experience running. Like if you've never done a long distance running program before, might even do 5 or 10% increase in distance. Like it needs to be small. But coming from somebody that has run very long distance before, I know that I can adapt a little bit quicker. And it also depends on the course, right? I don't recommend running on pavement or asphalt or anything like that. I say find a trail with some light rolling hills, some soft terrain, a little bit of technical stuff. It's just funner to run outside in those conditions. So for me, I'm looking for landmarks. All right. And the next great landmark for me on this course was about a half mile or so down the road. So ran a little bit longer, about 4.4 miles, call it. That took me 39:40, and I did it with a 141 heart rate. What's pretty cool about that is this is the lowest heart rate that I've had, and it's also the longest run that I've had. So those are good things. But I'm still not, that doesn't mean I'm ready to increase the distance because this is only the baseline for this run. So hear this, all right? Make sure this sticks. We're not changing the runs every week. We're changing the runs once we've mastered them. So it took me 4 attempts at that first running route before I changed it. All right. And what you're about to see is I'm currently 2 weeks into this new route and I'm not ready to change it yet. Because the second time I ran it, although I got much faster, I did so at the sacrifice of increasing my heart rate. And so I haven't met either of my goals yet. I will have to go out and run this again this weekend. I'll go out on Sunday and I will be asking myself, can I run this faster than my baseline, faster than 39:40, and at a relatively same heart rate around 141? Or can I run it significantly faster and keep the heart rate, or can I run at the same pace and get my heart rate significantly lower? Okay, and until one of those objectives is met, I am not ready to add distance. Once they have been met, I'll probably jump up to about 5 miles. So keep incrementally adding distance over time once you've mastered the distance that you've set a baseline at. I hope that makes sense. Please feel free to ask questions if you need more clarity on this. Just a quick note about pacing. I don't have pacing on here, although most watches will tell you what your pace is. Pace is based a simple equation of distance and time, and most watches will not consistently measure distance. You can see that I did the same exact run 4 times, and each time my watch measured it differently. So if I would be going off pace, my pace would be all over the place. One thing that doesn't change is running a set distance and recording a stop and finish time. So pace doesn't even matter, honestly. It's how fast can you finish that exact same distance repeated, and what was your heart rate when you did it. So I hope that helps, guys. Gives you a very systematic approach to add running to your running volume to your program. And as always, I'm here to assist you if you have more questions.